Hitting hard with Jon Chuckery on Locked On Sports Atlanta as we talk about the Falcons and Seahawks. Look, one guy that the Falcons need this Sunday, and I don't mean he needs to, play offensive player of the week level for the Falcons, is Marcus Mariota. Through the first two games of this season, Mariota's been okay. Has he done anything to win you a football game? No, obviously not. They haven't won a football game. But he has done some things that have not helped your team. And his turnovers, when he's made them, have been, let's say, for a kind way to put it, in inopportune times. Now, a couple of things that I was looking at statistically for Mariota. On the season, he's got obviously, a couple of interceptions. So he's only got 2 touchdowns to 2 interceptions on the season. 62.7% completion percentage for the year. Okay, that's not terrible, but that's obviously, not great. And he has thrown it a decent amount of times this year. But a couple of things that I was looking at. So first off, his passing in the fourth quarter. He's 11 for 18, so that's 61% completion. So in the fourth quarter, he completes a lower percentage of his passes than he does what his overall numbers tell you. And the other thing that I thought was interesting in looking at this was his red zone passing. He's 5 for 9 in the red zone. Now, he does have, obviously, the 2 touchdowns, and thankfully he doesn't have an interception. But 5 for 9, and it's only 29 yards, 5 for 9, which is basically 56% completion percentage. That ain't where you want your quarterback when it's red zone time, right? That's where you want your quarterback to be efficient. So Mariota's had some deficiencies late in games and in the red zone. Okay? This has to be a week where Mariota plays clean. Can't afford a turnover. You can't give the football back. No dumb bonehead plays. And I know people are talking about, what about the play he made on 4th down where he fell down and got up and hit Parker Hesse? Okay, how many plays like that do you think a quarterback's going to make during the season? First off, think about how blown the coverage was on that play to allow your quarterback to fall down, stand up, gather himself, and throw it to an open receiver. Think about how much of a blown coverage. That reminds me of some of the plays. You remember a few years ago that they the Raiders game specifically, the Austin Hooper, actually it was Carolina and the Raiders, where Austin Hooper in the first couple of games where he had these monster plays, like, well, look at Austin Hooper. He's got a 70-yard and a 60. Yeah, because there were such blown coverages, he was wide open. That's not on Austin Hooper. Made some kind of great play. That was Carolina and Oakland. They were just dreadful at coverage, and guy got wide open on a big play. That's what that Parker Hesse 4th down play was. But they need Mariota to make her play. Look, Mariota's main job to me this week is to turn and hand off the football and not put their team in a bad position. Don't fumble it. Don't let it get intercepted. They haven't gotten that. We just explained the Seahawks defense has not made an interception this year. So there's no reason to start a trend with that, this weekend. Play simple, sound, fundamental football. And if you can control the line of scrimmage, we've talked about, you'll be in every NFL game, right? You'll be able to win every NFL game. But at some point, you will need your quarterback to make a play. And that's where I need Marcus Mariota. I need 2 things out of Mariota. First thing is play clean. No turnovers, no goofy plays. Second thing is make me a play. And I say a play. Think back in the history of football, right? Remember Jacksonville in that AFC Championship game against the Patriots when Blake Bortles couldn't make a play? They did everything else fine. They were fine at defense. They were fine. Line of scrimmage. Everything else was fine. But they couldn't make a play with their quarterback and lost. Remember a handful of years ago, Alex Smith in the NFC Championship game with the 49ers when it was against the Giants, and they didn't complete a pass to their wide receivers until like in the middle of the third quarter. And they lost that game. Why? Because it couldn't make a play. You just need a play from your quarterback. If you can run the football, sack the quarterback, control the line of scrimmage, if you can just get a play from your quarterback, you got a shot. And that's what Mariota needs to do. And if it gets in the red zone, simplify it. One read, throw, just like the Drake London touchdown. Drop back, one read, throw. That's your hot route. Hit it. Go. Don't think. Don't read the defenses. Don't get cute. You know, I saw there was another stat too about Mariota that I thought was interesting, and it was how much time he had in the pocket. When he's less than 2.5 seconds in the pocket, he's a 57.58% completion quarterback. When he has 2.5 seconds or more, which is not a huge amount of time, but 2.5 seconds or more, he goes up to 69.23%. And when he has less than 2.5 seconds, that's where both of his interceptions have come. So obviously protecting Marcus Mariota and giving him some time to throw. And 2.5 seconds is not a huge amount of time in the NFL, but it's enough. A half a second here and your quarterback, that's the difference between your quarterback completes a pass and he's standing up looking out his ear hole with the ball in his hand. So you just need Mariota this weekend to make a play. And I need him to do something to help us win a football game. Because as I've explained, listen, if they're 0-3 coming back home, and with the way that they've played at least through the first two games, and we'll see how Sunday plays itself out. And I know they said that Mariota, you play him because he's the best chance to win and all this, blah, 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 blah. Okay, at this point, 0-3 coming back home, you have to seriously say, why don't we make a quarterback change? Because if Marcus Mariota can't make a play to win you a football game, then you might as well trot your rookie out there. Because I think that, again, the offensive line has played well enough, they can protect him. Their running game has done enough things effectively. Let's at least see if Ritter could come in and make a play. Now, again, if Mariota can make a play on Sunday, they can win a football game. Okay, 1-2, come back here to Cleveland, who's a really good football team. You're going to be outclassed, and we'll roll the dice from there. So I don't need much out of Mariota this weekend. Don't need him to throw for 400 yards. I don't need him to throw it 35 times. He had 25 passes last week. I'm hoping that he has less than that. I'm hoping that this is a game where Mariota's only got to drop back and throw it about 20 times. But what I do need is a play out of Marcus Mariota. I want to talk about my friends over at Coffee AM. Listen, they are the best small batch coffee roaster in America. Of course, you know how much I love these folks. I drink their coffee every single morning right here in the state of Georgia, up in the Canton area. No matter what your coffee needs are, if you go to coffeeam.com/lockedon, check out their menu. You need K-Cups? They've got that available. You want organic coffees? They've got that available. You want flavored coffees? They have all of that available. You need tea? Guess what? They got that too. Well, I got a party this weekend. I need a little gift set. They got gift sets for you as well. Everything that you need and everything that you want as a coffee drinker is at coffeeam.com. So go to coffeeam.com/lockedon today. Put that first order together. Go through their menu. Put that first order together. I promise you, when that box gets delivered, you open it up, it's going to smell like heaven on earth. When you get to checkout, use the promo code LOCKEDON, 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 LOCKEDON at checkout, and you get 15% off your first order. Locked On gets you 15% off your first order. Coffeeam.com is the best small batch coffee roaster in America.